If you're looking for games that deliver unforgettable stories, deep characters, and emotional journeys, then you're in the right place. Some games entertain you with action, but these games go beyond that. They make you feel something. Whether it's an intense narrative full of twists, a world that pulls you in, or characters that stay with you long after the credits roll, these story-driven games are a must-play. From emotional masterpieces to thrilling adventures, each of these games is a 10 out of 10 when it comes to storytelling. So, if you're searching for a game that will truly keep you engaged, let's dive in. Call of Duty. Modern Warfare 2019 is a gripping reboot of the iconic franchise, delivering an intense cinematic campaign and cutting-edge multiplayer. With a darker, more realistic tone, the game redefines modern warfare with photorealistic graphics, tactical gameplay, and a compelling narrative. The story follows Captain Price and his team as they fight against global threats in high-stakes missions. The gunplay is incredibly satisfying, with realistic weapon handling and immersive sound design. Whether in campaign, multiplayer, or the co-op Spec Ops mode, Modern Warfare is a perfect 10 out of 10. One of the most intense and polished FPS experiences ever created. If you love games that are more than just gameplay, ones that immerse you in a world of deep narratives and tough choices, then you're in the right place. Story-driven games like Detroit Become Human are built to engage you emotionally, making you think about your actions and their consequences long after the game ends. These games take storytelling to a whole new level, offering unique experiences where your decisions truly matter. Today, we're looking at 10 must-play games that will captivate you with their compelling characters, intense plots, and thought-provoking scenarios. Whether you're navigating a futuristic society or exploring complex relationships, these games will keep you hooked from start to finish. Let's dive into these unforgettable stories. Ghost of Tsushima is a visually stunning, action-packed, story-driven game that takes place in feudal Japan during the Mongol invasion. You play as Jin Sakai, a samurai warrior who must navigate the brutal and evolving landscape of his homeland as it faces destruction. With a beautiful open world full of lush landscapes and rich history, the game lets you explore Tsushima Island, fight with precision, and make critical decisions about honor and duty. The narrative is deeply personal, focusing on Jin's internal struggle between the traditional samurai code and the necessity of adapting to new methods to protect his people. Horizon Zero Dawn is a breathtaking open-world action RPG set in a post-apocalyptic future where robotic creatures roam the Earth. You play as Aloy, a young hunter with a mysterious past, who embarks on a journey to uncover the truth behind the downfall of humanity and the rise of these mechanical beasts. The game combines a rich narrative with stunning landscapes, where lush forests, towering mountains, and ruined cities stand as testaments to a world once thriving. Aloy's journey is one of self-discovery, survival, and uncovering hidden secrets of the old world. The narrative dives deep into themes of technology, nature, and the consequences of humanity's actions. Mad Max is a high-octane, open-world action game set in a post-apocalyptic wasteland where survival is the ultimate goal. You play as Max, a former road warrior who, after losing everything, embarks on a quest for vengeance and redemption. The game's world is a brutal and desolate desert, filled with ruthless enemies, chaotic factions, and explosive vehicular combat. The story centers on Max's journey to reclaim his car, the Interceptor, while building a new alliance with a mechanic named Chum Bucket to help him build a powerful war machine known as the Magnum Opus. Along the way, you'll encounter hostile warbands, make strategic decisions, and take part in adrenaline-pumping car chases and combat. A Plague Tale. Innocence is a story-driven action-adventure game that takes place during the Black Death in medieval France. You play as Amisha de Rune, a young noblewoman who must protect her younger brother, Hugo, while navigating through a world ravaged by rats and plague. The game focuses on stealth, puzzle solving, and survival, as Amisha and Hugo try to escape the horrors of war and disease while uncovering dark family secrets. The game's narrative is its heart, telling a deeply emotional story about love, sacrifice, and resilience in the face of overwhelming odds. The atmospheric world, haunting visuals, and tense gameplay all contribute to the immersive experience, making it a must-play for fans of story-driven games. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is an open-world action RPG that immerses you in a richly detailed fantasy universe. You play as Geralt of Rivia, a monster hunter known as a Witcher, on a quest to find his adopted daughter, Ciri, who is being pursued by the mysterious Wild Hunt. Along the way, you'll face countless monsters, engage in complex moral decisions, and explore a vast world full of compelling characters, dangerous creatures, and intricate storylines. The game is widely regarded as one of the best RPGs of all time due to its deep storytelling, character development, and the ability to shape the world based on the choices you make. The world is alive with side quests that are just as well crafted as the main story, offering hours of exploration, combat, and discovery. The Legend of Zelda. Breath of the Wild is a groundbreaking open-world action-adventure game that reinvents the beloved Zelda franchise. Set in the expansive world of Hyrule, you play as Link, who wakes up from a long slumber to find his kingdom in ruins. The evil Calamity Ganon threatens to destroy the world, and it's up to Link to explore, solve puzzles, and gain the strength needed to confront this powerful foe. The game is praised for its freedom and innovation. You can approach objectives in any order, whether you're scaling mountains, solving ancient puzzles, or simply gathering resources. The world of Hyrule is stunning and filled with dynamic weather, realistic physics, and a wide variety of environments. You can interact with almost everything, cooking, crafting, and even using the environment to your advantage in combat. Silent Hill 2 is a psychological horror game that remains a classic in the survival horror genre. Released in 2001, it follows James Sunderland, a man who travels to the eerie town of Silent Hill after receiving a mysterious letter from his deceased wife, Mary, who tells him to meet her there. As James explores the fog-filled streets and decaying buildings, he uncovers dark, disturbing secrets about his past, while encountering terrifying creatures and twisted characters that blur the line between reality and nightmare. What makes Silent Hill 2 stand out is its psychological depth. The game explores themes of guilt, grief, and self-recrimination, with a story that encourages introspection and challenges the player's perceptions. The unsettling atmosphere, haunting soundtrack, and disturbing visuals add to the tension, creating a truly unnerving experience. The game's narrative is rich and multi-layered, with multiple endings based on the choices and actions of the player. Resident Evil 4 is a thrilling, action-packed survival horror game, and one of the most critically acclaimed entries in the Resident Evil franchise. Originally released in 2005, it follows Leon S. Kennedy, a U.S. government agent, on a mission to rescue the president's daughter, Ashley Graham, who has been kidnapped by a mysterious cult. The game takes place in a rural Spanish village where Leon encounters terrifying enemies, including infected villagers known as ganados, as well as monstrous creatures and deadly traps. What sets Resident Evil 4 apart is its innovative gameplay, which redefined the survival horror genre. The game introduced over-the-shoulder aiming, allowing for more precise combat, while still maintaining the atmosphere of tension and danger. The action sequences are intense, and the pacing between exploration, puzzle solving, and combat keeps players on edge. Red Dead Redemption 2 is an open-world action-adventure game set in the late 1800s, during the decline of the American frontier. Developed by Rockstar Games, the story follows Arthur Morgan, a member of the Van der Linde gang, as he navigates the challenges of an outlaw life while facing moral dilemmas and the threat of lawmen, bounty hunters, and rival gangs. The game is set in a vast, beautiful world full of diverse landscapes, from snowy mountains and dense forests to swamps and bustling towns. The narrative is rich with character development, exploring themes of loyalty, betrayal, and survival. Arthur's journey is deeply emotional, and the choices you make throughout the game affect his path and relationships with others in the gang. The game's world is alive, filled with dynamic events, wildlife, and NPCs who go about their daily lives, creating a sense of immersion rarely seen in games.